Dating is cooked. We live in a selfish, prideful, adulterous generation that only care about fulfilling their needs. Now, what can I mean by all this? Well, let's focus on the three words that I use. Selfish, instead of focus on sacrificial things where you're supposed to sacrifice and serve in a relationship, we're focusing on what our needs are and what our requirements are.
So how much do you expect him to make for you to have a comfortable life together?
$1 million-ish.
$1 million. Is it about the money or something else?
I just don't think that could support my lifestyle.
So with that $1 million, what kind of lifestyle are you looking to have?
I want to be able to travel, have a big family, give them everything they want and need, and also have money for myself.
Bingo!
And keep in mind, this is just one clip out of many that are scattered throughout the internet.
How much money does a guy need to make in order to be with you?
At least 7 figures.
How much money does a guy need to make in order to be with you?
Way over 5 mil.
I'm sorry, how much? Was that per year?
And all of this is just to make sure they live a certain lifestyle. None of these people want to have a genuine connection with anybody. They want selfishly what the world has to offer and everything in it. Now, I'm not trying to make it seem that the women are at fault here. The men are too. I'm holding both genders accountable in this video. On the man side, the problem is what I've seen is that nobody can control their lust. These men are going on Instagram, following different women that they don't know, liking their posts, giving them free attention and validation, and watching porn every day. But because simping has gotten so bad, it's now giving girls these inflated egos that they got all these options out there, when really it's not by men, it's by boys. And most of the time, overgrown boys that sit on the couch, are too lazy, play video games all day, smoke weed, and they have no drive, no ambition. And even if they do, right, there's still some areas in their life they still haven't conquered. There's still some strongholds in their life that they still need to have work on. You still have to conquer your lust. You still have to stop being lazy. You still got to do certain things. You can't just master one thing and think that that's it. A woman needs a man to be a man. You need to lead. You need to provide. You need to be sacrificial. You got to live to serve, not to live to be selfish. Lust is selfish. You only care about what you're feeling. And that's why God hates lust so much, because lust is all about you. Lust is all about what you can get out of that person, which is why I don't like hookup culture anyway, which goes to the next section, adulterous. In this generation, we have so much adultery going on because of now how oversaturated that we're taking sex and we're making it casual. Sex used to be this sacred thing between a man and a woman under the covenant of God in a marriage. Now, because humanity has decided to listen to Satan and just say, oh, it's a normal thing that you guys got to be doing. How are you supposed to know? You guys need all this experience in order to find the right one. That's all a lie, all right? That's all a lie, because there's nothing new underneath the sun. There's nothing out there that you got to experience. The only thing you're going to experience is more trauma and more brokenness. And then you're going to end up with more baggage. A spade's a spade.
He ain't lying.
And this goes for both the man and the woman. I don't discriminate, because sex is always intimate. No, you can't make it casual. The only way it becomes casual if you do it too much, now to the point that you're so desensitized to it. And you see, that part is dangerous, because now if you're desensitized to it, you had way too many partners for you to be with, and now you're more prone to cheating. There's research that shows that men and women that have more sexual partners always cheat in a relationship. And that's why people have trust issues and they can't trust nobody. It's broken people creating more broken people. It's the blind leading the blind.
The reason why I knew I needed to get a divorce was because I have a crystal clear memory of me having sex with my husband and thinking about this other guy, and me knowing in that moment I have to divorce him, because if I don't get out of this marriage, I'm going to cheat on him. I'm going to try to find this. And I know that's really but I didn't want to be
No,
a
it's
cheater.
not. It's not. That's happened to me too.
At least she's being honest in that clip. I can't imagine spending 20 years of marriage just for it to be wasted. It's till death do us part. Because nowadays people are getting into relationships just for a season and not for a reason, which is why they never last. And this follows into my last segment of the video, and it's the most important one because it's what everyone seems to have right now. Pride, with their big meaty claws, and they seem to love it for some reason. Everyone thinks they're the next hot kid on the block.
Yeah, my name Key. I'm 28. Really, to be honest, man, the physical attraction just isn't there. But I was gonna give you a chance. I was gonna hear you out. You know, it's not.
And I pop my balloon because I feel like you could be a tad bit disrespectful, like arrogant. Just that.
Well, voicing my opinion is not arrogant, but thank you. You did me a favor as well.
Yeah. Also,
that's all that was.
It's just weird talking to my little brother. So.
No problem. You can't say little. We the same age, darling. Let's be respectful.
You sound like him though.
That's because we from the same place. So you don't like people from your hometown.
I never said that.
And that's respectful. I can respect
I just want a man with a higher vocabulary,
Okay.
which you don't have on your day-to-day speak.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
The way you was coming, you just ain't like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home. Okay.
But one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
Get this
yeah,
man
you can't
out
do
here,
that.
man.
You can't do that though, baby. Yeah, in a real way, you can't do that though.
One day women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year, and I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
I'm going to touch on these red pill dating coaches later on, or these dating coaches in general for both men and women later on in a different video. So I'll get back to that. So if you guys want to see a video like that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stick around on the channel. But let's get back to it. People tend to think that because they have a certain amount of money, followers, or status, that they're more valuable than others in life, because that's what society has told them, that you gaining all this material things, you gaining all these things that are empty, these things that you can't take with you when you die, that you have value now in life, and that gives you the privilege to treat others like trash. And not only that, I don't mind self-confidence, I don't mind self-love, but let's not be delulu and have delusion and put ourselves higher than others or higher than what we think that we are. I'm not saying to not love yourself, but we need to stop thinking that we're better than everyone else. We're all special, but none of us is unique. Because of the rise of social media and how we like, follow, and give these people free validation, it only made this narcissistic, egotistical behavior even worse. I say all that to say this. With all three things I just laid out, this is what happens when we decide to take God out of relationships. This is what happens when we decide to take God out of sex, out of marriage, and truly we're not valuing other people the way we should have. We're all thinking about ourselves. We're all thinking about what I can get. And when we pursue relationships, we're thinking about how this person is supposed to make me happy, when that always fails. When another person is not going to make you happy. It's only God that's going to show you the true meaning of happiness within yourself, and you knowing what true love is when you meet the Son. Because how you're going to know what love is when if you don't know the Son that died for your sins, that truly love you, and he's the only one that can teach you and show you what true love is, so you can put that into another person. Without God, we only attract more evil. You can't have heat without cold. You can't have light without darkness. And God is light. Even if you have good morals, right? Satan doesn't care if you have good morals or not. It doesn't matter if you're that good of a person.
Satan is not against good morals. He is opposed to Jesus Christ. A man can have good morals his entire life, yet you and I know he will go to hell when he dies. It is Jesus Christ that everyone needs, and the devil knows this more than all of us.
Even if you take God out itself, the goodest thing possible in this universe, the creator of all life itself, you just take God out, you're gonna breed nothing but evil. Even if your intentions weren't evil, God calls that evil regardless. For they that are after the flesh do the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit do the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can it be. I read that because everyone just rejects the truth about God. Everyone is rejecting God. And look, I get it. Sometimes God's people don't represent God himself in the best way.
Do you believe in God?
Oh, certainly. Yes, ma'am. I'm a God-fearing man.
No, you ain't.
But this is not about religion. This is about a relationship. This is for you to know Christ and get to know him on a personal level. What Jesus says and what he preached about, what he talks about, and what God the Father has done throughout the history of the Bible and his character too in the Old Testament is like way different than what we actually know, because we have a God that's truly loving and forgiving that wants us. He wants you. And the more you reject him, the more you just goodbye. The more you just denounce his existence, then he gives you free will. He's gonna say, okay, well, you don't want me. I accept that, so I'm gonna let go my hand off of you. And since you think you know better than me, he's gonna let you go out and live the way you want to live. And then this is what's happening in this day and age, where people are living the way they want to live, trying to find meaning in destruction. They're trying to find godly characteristics in other people when they're not godly themselves. So you're trying to find godly characteristics in a woman that has family values, cook clean, that's feminine and mature and sweet and has genuine character, when you're not a godly man yourself.
What do you do for work?
Also a famous YouTuber and adult entertainer, and also do bodybuilding.
Adult entertainer, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Why'd we end up popping?
Only because of that, babe. You feel me? Well, traditional man, I want my woman to come pure.
You're crazy.
Huh? You're trying to find a godly man that can only provide, but lead, not cheat, and love you as a wife, but you're not a godly woman yourself. People are not living in godly ways. Like I said, there's more videos to come on this channel if you decide to stick around. But the premise of this video is modern dating is cooked, but I don't think that it's the end. I think that it can be saved. I truly do feel like there's hope. But stop trying to find godly things or meaningful things in people or environments where there's no God there at all. You're not going to find God at the club. You're not going to find God at the bar. You're not going to find meaningful people to have meaningful relationships in looking in the wrong places. And most good people nowadays, they're inside. we gotta come out more. I gotta go out more, me included. But we're inside. We like to keep to ourselves. But you're only gonna meet people if you're just focusing on you and you're focusing on God. And when the time is right, they'll be there. But you gotta get out there, but doing hobbies and things that you like to do. And you may meet a person down the road, similar interests. You may meet them in church if you decide to go back. But listen, I'm just here to tell the truth. So let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below. Please like this video if you want to see more. Subscribe if you want to see more or be a part of this channel. Share the video, please, with all the people that you know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.